What is going on, everybody? We are back once again with another edition of Wrestling Republic's Off the Air. NXT live from Philly, the 2300 arena, but it's the ECW arena to us. We can say it, right? I mean, come on. It's not a Tuesday night. It's a Wednesday night, but we couldn't miss this one. Talk about a break from reality, and we needed it. Shotty, I'm going to introduce you first because it is the second time I've seen you today. The Tuesday Night Delight on a Wednesday. Get your W's up. Eat your W's like Jameis Winston for Shotty.
Not eating my W like Jameis, but I'm good, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. This joint kind of throwing me off because I thought it was Tuesday for a second, but nah, it's Wednesday. Throw them dubs up, I guess, for today, and I'm good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm mad tired. I done 2 shows that air today, and then I got chewed up by Megan on the Take It episode. So at least she knows
I was gonna go full all
to
green.
go this still.
So tired of being alone.
But I'm good. Let's start it. Let's get it.
Let's get after it. But also, before we do, of course, even though it's a Wednesday, it is a pseudo Tuesday, and we can't have that without the guy in Louisville that you should do. What is that again, Driz?
Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. It ain't Tuesday. We ain't holding up. We ain't holding up Tuesdays because it's Tuesday. We holding up W's because it's Wednesday. That does not roll off the tongue like the Tuesdays joints do.
That's a tougher intro.
I can't get used to this, but it is your boy Dryzzy, aka Plug Funny, the wrestling plug. You don't know what to watch. I got you. Oh. We can't do no more Wednesday shows. These Wednesday shows is rough on my brain on trying to come up with.
I will say, don't forget the quintessential stud muffin.
I don't like it. I don't like having a show on a Wednesday night.
It's weird.
Wednesday?
Yeah, I ain't feeling it. I don't know why.
It's the time change. It's daylight savings, dude. Relax. I think it's just
daylight savings and it's on a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been a couple days, Clark. We can
I
only
was
use that
actually
excuse
confused.
For so long.
They don't let us go 5 days a week. I think it should just be us 3 every day at nighttime. Just the nighttime crew.
They're gonna have a problem when we do that.
Yeah, that's where. Yeah, that might be too much. Us. You never know.
They don't want to see this face all the time.
That's like our Wiz Khalifa podcast face. You get one every 3 months.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, those are probably still some of when the numbers might be a little off today because AEW just had to have a show on the Wednesday. Never mind, they're on Wednesday.
Tony Khan. No. Tony Khan out here trying to counterproduce on us. They try to. I can't say it on her because he tried to make on me.
Okay. Also, sincerely, do me a favor because I did record it. I still want to watch it. Don't spoil it in the comments. Don't be that guy. If you're listening right now, don't be the one that's this is what happened on AEW.
Yeah, I'll delete that. Delete.
Yeah, that would just be mean. Because I'm probably going to watch it after this and then fall asleep on the couch. Although I'm playing golf at 9 a.m., so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch it in the morning. But let's get the show popping.
Let's start with our first topic. Should we start with the main event out of the gates, my friends? How are we feeling about that? This is one of the shows.
Do that.
Yeah, let's go with the main event. We've got Roxanne, we've got Cora Jade, we've got Fatal Influence, we've got Julia, we've got Stephanie Vauquer, we've got Zarya, we've got Jordan Grace, and we've got Kalani Jordan. Okay, before we start this segment, I have to shout out Kalani Jordan because I've been shouting out Kalani's athleticism on this show for weeks on end. And Rob Van Dam made an appearance on today's show before this match was contested. And Rob Van Dam is famous for a pose. He's famous for a pose that's nearly athletically impossible. Mm-hmm. Who's capable of accomplishing the same thing? Because at his age, Rob Van Dam can't do the splits like that.
Oh, he definitely wasn't stretching like that.
Kalani Jordan is backstage sitting and cuts a promo. Sitting like that. RVD wasn't cutting promos sitting like that very often. That was like once or twice. She spoke like she just sits.
She probably do.
Like
she
that.
probably do. That's like it's Wednesday for her. This is what she does every Wednesday. Probably just sits there.
I smooth dude like love Kalani Jordan. I think she's so like I just can't. There's not much bad I can say about her as a person. Maybe she's so cheerful and happy. Like you can't hate on her. She has got like a infectious like personality that you just want to root for.
She's so lovable.
So good. Okay, either way.
She's so damn lovable.
Let's get into the match.
MDB, sorry. You are wilding. Low key though, that's crazy because I was like,
I was gonna show
RVD
that string of comments.
RVD be tweaking out. So
yeah, no, I was gonna show the string of comments, and then I was like, we'll wait on those. Bobby Petito though did say, "What's up, guys, and happy Wednesday." Thank you, Bobby. Let's wholesome content. Shout out. I can't lie. I read those. I'm like, yeah, under normal circumstances, maybe, but not right this second.
Wow. Yeah.
Either way, we're Stephanie Vauquer picking up a victory. I mean, right? Let's get into the match. Am I incorrect? I didn't miss that one, right? That is correct. She gets the win.
No, it was Zarya.
Yeah, it was Vauquer.
No, it was Zarya. I got the pin, bro.
Oh yeah, Zarya got the pin.
Because Zarya pinned Roxanne.
Yeah, she pinned Roxanne. Yeah,
Zarya pinned Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Confusion ensues. Roxanne. Sorry, it's been a long day. Like Shad said before, it's been a long day.
Yeah, no, Zarya got the pin. There's a lot going on in this match.
Also, one day immediately following Roxanne's birthday, we found that out on the show, I believe yesterday in the comments. I think yesterday was Roxanne's birthday.
What a great! How is she? What, 22, 21?
23.
23.
23.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's
saying you getting old, man.
That's the age.
She'll be able to prize you too much lunch.
I don't know if you remember this, Shad, but that's the age nobody loves you at. So
nobody loves you when
you're in her Jordan. She's in her Jordan year.
I love that song.
she her Jordan year. She can only be great. Yeah. She can only be great this year.
That's a line in that song.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Is that Blink 182, right?
Drizzy, talk to us about the match. We can go Blink 182. We'll get it.
What's my age again?
Let's go ahead let's go ahead and get this out of the way now. This is the best division in wrestling, and they basically did an all-star show for their main event scene. They had all your new imports that are coming in, the world's best wrestlers from almost everywhere that's not with a W at the end of it. You have your best out of New Japan, your best New Japan Amerigo, your best out of TNA, your best out of wherever Stephanie Vauquer comes from. I don't remember what home promotion she had. Kalani from NXT, the girls of Fatal Influence, plus Cora and Roxanne are homegrowns. Well, as homegrown as much as you're gonna be. You basically have your future in NXT's women's division on display. Not to mention the all-stars of Lash and Jakara, the Meta Girls, who have been doing everything in the last 2 weeks on Raw, SmackDown, and this past Saturday on Crown Jewel. This match, if you got having 10 women in one ring, it gets chaotic pretty quickly. But there was a lot of what ifs going on. You got to see what if Zarya and Jordan Grace were in the same ring together. Now, granted, they were on the same team, but just the aesthetic of seeing the Juggernaut and Zarya all in the same place, it's an intriguing thing. You got to see a lot of what ifs and a lot of things that you're gonna see over the next couple of years in NXT. In fact, maybe next month in the Iron Survivor match, you might see all five of those women in that match together. This was a great I like to call it a palate cleanser. After so many serious things, so many debuts, you got everybody. You show, okay, we've got our divisions together now. We got our North American division. We got our women's title division. You got everything ready. Now you're getting ready to present for December this division. The best.
It
The
is.
best.
We have been saying it for months, and it's so funny because it actually bothered me to hear other people start to say it over the last month.
And
I was like,
I was drugged for like a month when I
we've been
said it.
on
This
this.
is the best.
Yeah, we've been like a drunk.
This show has been on this. I will say there's a really funny trend going on in the comments over on Instagram where everyone's saying that they just believe in random people. We've got I believe in Joe Hendry, I believe in Adam Pearce, I believe in Ava.
First off, I do not
There's
believe in
another
Adam
guy that
Pearce.
believes in Jake Paul.
Adam
Where is
Pearce has a
this?
vote
On
of no
IG?
confidence for
Yeah.
me.
I will say I believe in Chris Kringle, man. Like I'm keep it up, my friends. Like keep believing him.
Believe in the Tooth Fairy. I believe in the Tooth Fairy, which is
Yes.
the final boss.
Let's go. Hey, MTV's in on it. I believe in Big Action. And Bobby believes in us. Let's go, Bobby. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, Bobby.
I love this, Bobby. You're the man. He said he's 23. Well, we love you, Bobby. So don't worry about that song. It's just a good Blink 182 song. But I'm on the naughty list. Yeah. Give me the Cole. I'll take it.
Hey,
Adam Cole, don't tell me what happened in that match. I'm watching that later tonight. Okay. Seriously.
Don't worry. And I don't think MDB's watched AEW tonight either. So we good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. He could Google it. He believes in Solo.
Oh, wait.
I love you, my tribal chief.
Hey, wait. Someone said you make my day. Thank you. Hey, you just made mine. It's Rieger Kaylin Danielle. You make my day over on Instagram. Oh yeah, that just made my day. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll have to do that.
You're welcome, person on IG.
Yeah,
yes, random person.
Now we're talking. Okay, Shotty's here. See though, obviously we had Zarya get the win, unlike previously when I missed when I missed on the results of the match.
For sure.
Dryzzy gave us a great breakdown when it comes to how great this division is. We've talked about it for months. We can beat a dead horse, but I'll tell you one thing, this horse is very much alive. How cool was this match? And I mean, Zarya pinning Roxanne, that looks like your next champion. Is that what you're thinking?
I don't honestly, dude. I don't know because I feel like we've come to a situation where we have three pretty big time free agents signed all within a time span that's so close to each other. Where who do you put the belt on out of all three of them? Right? It's a honest conversation. It could be looked as a problem, but probably one of the best problems you could ever come up with. In my opinion, like it's one of those situations where I could see and you could put a case in for Stephanie, Julia, or Zarya beating Roxanne Perez, or this may just be Roxanne Perez's time where she goes on a murders row and beats everybody that's at the top of the division that keeps coming in. Like it's one of those cases where you can kind of even sell yourself like, yo, Roxanne is just so good and dominant in a sense where they're just having to wield out people from other promotion signings and whatnot to give her a higher level of competition and beating her. So there's so many wonderful ways you can create storylines tied to it. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't even need to say it at this point. I mean, NXT's women's division is, light years ahead of a lot of other wrestling women's divisions in pro wrestling at this moment. There is a balance of, people that are at the top of the card, in the mid card, and even like tag teams. There's so many different situations where you have a great talent sprinkled around. I thought tonight was incredible. Like y'all said, it's like an all-star game, right? Like you just had a bunch of talented women showcase what they do. It looked very good for Zarya. It looked very good for Stephanie, Julia, even the heel team, right? Like you see someone like a Cora Jade being able to shine, Roxanne. You know, it shows you the depth. It shows you the talent that they have. And I was intrigued to see, you know, the Meta 2, obviously Meta 4, but Jakara and Lash coming back in. You know, I want to see what a match with them versus a Julia and a Stephanie's going to look at. Like, there's just so many integral parts where, you know, we had a topic earlier today on the daily where it's like, I think NXT could probably have like a 2-day event for a pay-per-view if you really wanted it to be. Like, we're talking about all women's pay-per-views. NXT got enough talent where they could give you 2 days of pay-per-views, a Saturday and a Sunday show. And that is so unprecedented and so different compared to everything else. I just feel like they were pushing the envelope in such a positive way for women's wrestling.
No doubt about it. Okay, I'm sorry. I got really distracted there. This is like bad, but like there's something going on with the X link. If you're over trying to watch on X, I apologize. Check it out over on any of the other platforms right now.
We're head over to Facebook if you can.
Behind the scenes, because I caught like 60% of that shot, and that is my fault. That is bad hosting. But I just wanted to be honest with the audience.
Good.
We're having some tech issues behind the scenes.
It's all right. We're here.
Okay, we're here. We're back. Let's do this.
If I had to pick one of the 3 women to be
the
next champ, I'm crowning Stephanie Vaquer. I think Stephanie Vaquer is the best, one of the best in-ring wrestlers in women's wrestling, just in general. Like, her moveset is so bomb, bro. Like, she's so good at wrestling.
That's where I made a mistake, like, earlier on declaring Vaquer, because that's where my brain's at. I think she's the next logical NXT Women's World Champion. Like, that's the next step.
And I do like Julia a lot too. And I like Zarya. Zarya is a very like aesthetically, she looks so cool. She's like she's like the closest thing to like a evil Beth Phoenix like that I've seen. But she's got like the build of like what Beth does, and she's got a super strong moveset too.
Absolutely.
I think the division is going to be built by. So yes, Stephanie probably is logically the next to take the belt off, but I don't even think Zarya is looking at the women's title. I think she's going after the North American title. I think she's going to be the one to take that off Fallon. And Julia, honestly, is the one that division is going to be built behind, because I really don't see Roxanne being around too much longer. She has done everything as a face and as a heel. She's won all the major awards outside of. Yeah, she did, but just something about it to me, because they didn't bring her out into the main event scene. They brought her out to the North American scene. They didn't bring her out to Roxanne. They brought her out to Fallon.
I think, and also to what Drizzy said, I think NXT can be a bit of a giver, and I think they can give some of these talented women to the main roster.
Yes. And let Alash, Jakara, Roxanne, Ruka, let them go to the main roster and let them be great up there.
Clark, you and me had a conversation a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And a bit of it kind of showed its face. Unfortunately, in a more unfortunate situation this past Friday, obviously, you know, we heard the news of Tegan Knox and Indy being let go. But the business of pro wrestling, and this is just me being honest too, we're going to see situations like that where the NXT is doing its job in a way where they are creating tomorrow's next superstars. And if we're looking stuff logistically like how it is in sports, right? Because everything to me is like sports. You're drafting these first, second, third, fourth round players, developing them, and hoping you have your next star wide receiver, star quarterback.
Right, yeah, it's
All
like
of
what
that.
was the old saying? It's like you're not here because you got a spot. You're here to take a spot.
Yeah, and that's why pro wrestling, the landscape of us having the independence promotions in overseas, AEW, TNA is good because like I feel like there's just the influx of stars. Like I mean, we just interviewed a super talented person that never even got a chance to wrestle in NXT, and she's killing it in the
running
indies
when
right
she
now.
got out.
Yeah, I mean,
Hit the ground running.
I mean, think about. By the way, the list of on Spotlight women's wrestlers we've wrestled that haven't yet to appear in like NXT or on WWE TV.
Hold up, full fact, brother.
Navarro, right? Like
Full-
it's a deep Mr.
Fun
K.
fact, right there. The two women that are wrestling at Booker T's Reality of Wrestling card in November,
Yes,
which is a WWE ID hub, are Missa Kate and Calais Capri. Both of them are guests on shows.
yeah, absolutely,
So,
yes,
that's kind of fire.
And that's not even including ones that possibly could show up, like Jocelyn Navarro, like
Jocelyn, and we didn't even
Alexis
mention
Littlefoot could pop up there.
we didn't
we
even
haven't
mention Taylor Brooks was on this very show, by the way. Not even Sunday Spotlight. That's our other show. On this one, right? Like Taylor Brooks was on this show.
Yeah, we interviewed Nina Samuel. Like we done interviewed a lot of talented women wrestlers. That's dope by us.
Oh, Nina, by the way, not to be left out. Absolutely, shout out Progress, no question about it.
Y'all don't get an ad read right now though. Just kidding.
No. I wasn't gonna do that. That's not on this show. It was a joke. It's only on the daily. Should I do the ad read just for fun? Just to practice?
Not do it for fun.
We run a tight shop here. We're already 22 minutes in.
Yeah, we're already 22
minutes. We ain't got past the first match. Come on.
Okay, well, we got a match to talk about.
Let's talk about another women's match.
Woo!
This was my match of the night.
We got Lola Vice and Jada Parker.
Remember last week when Clark passed out for that match with Nikita Lyons? This was me this week for Lola Vice and Jada Parker, cause
don't leave Dawn Marie out of this equation, Drizzy.
Is it just me at the beginning of that match? Dawn Marie forgot how to ref for a sec.
For nostalgia's sake, I bet she didn't really have to ref.
She didn't ref.
It's like she forgot for a second, but as the match went on, she's like, "Oh, my bad. I got it." It's like muscle memory at that point. I'm like, okay.
Nah, bro, I said it earlier today. I said this was gonna be match of the night, and everyone's like, "Yo, Shad just being a dude." Look, I thought this was the best match tonight.
What about it wasn't match of the night? Yeah, seriously, Sean, talk to us about that.
No, man, I think Lola Vice and Jada Parker were the perfect women to incorporate in a hardcore match on an ECW arena themed episode, because I looked at both of them and I was like, I could see a Lola Vice in ECW, and I could definitely see Jada Parker in ECW as well. They just fit the grittiness, the physicality, the look. Everything is just tough, and it's cool. It's edgy in a sense. Like they just have that much of a presence and aura to them where it fit. But man, they delivered a really good hardcore match, and I think it's time to put a little bit more respect on a Miss Jada Parker, because she kind of does these hardcore stipulation matches in her sleep at this point, and she delivers. And I think she knows how to work these type of matches because she knows where to hit her strong moves on the weapon. She knows how to, throw someone because she's that strong. She taunts, she looks at the camera the right way. Like she does so many things in sports entertainment for the WWE, right? And then it's the moveset and everything has just kind of come natural and it's improved. Like that's a person that you really got to think about and be like, man, she is going to be in these pictures of we're talking about the next North America Women's Champion or the next NXT Women's Champion. Hell, you could sell me a case of putting her on the main roster and letting her just do a thing. And I think she ain't going to drown in the water. She'll be able to swim. She's got a presence to her. And Lola Vice is money. Lola Vice is absolute money. You know, I love the spinning elbow into the chair. You know, I love the hip drop on that ladder spot where she knocked Lola through it. Like, there's just a lot of good spots, and I thought they had a good physical bout. Jada Parker getting the win. It makes me confident that they're gonna do something special with her. And shout outs to Dawn Marie. 11-year-old me gotta say shout outs to Dawn Marie.
Dawn is back.
Marie, you hold a special place in my heart. I'm a married man now, but you hold a special place in my heart from when I was a kid.
Yeah, she had a softcore match with Tori Wilson's dad back in the day in the 90s, but for reffing a hardcore match, it was good to see Dawn again. I'm sorry I had to say that on today's show. I just thought it was funny.
You know what's crazy? We're almost a year from this last breakout tournament. These women were both in that.
So good.
And here we are a year now later into it, and they're putting on great matches like this. This was fun. Like last week, it was fun. Last week, that match was fun. This week, it's just fun. I know y'all don't like wrestling to hate fun, but this was a fun one. And absolutely everything that Shad said, these two are the living embodiment of that hardcore roughneck style. And even though nothing they did was pretty in it. Even though these are two very aesthetically beautiful women, it ain't all sugar and rainbows and stuff like that. They get down and dirty. They get gritty with it. They get gully. And it's just crazy to see them go from the 2 to 3 minute matches they were having at the beginning in the breakout tournaments to now they're having actual meaty feuds with each other now.
And think about this. To open the show with an Extreme Rules match, a hardcore match like that, in the 2300, the ECW arena, I can't even call it that. It's
the toughest fans.
In the ECW arena, the harshest fans in all of wrestling. To have that responsibility and deliver, I thought they did. 1,000%. I thought the match delivered above and beyond. Like, you got everything you wanted. Weapons, you got fighting, you got that ECW feel. And they did it in a women's match. And that's the coolest part to me. It wasn't, you could have taken some low-hanging fruit and made, Ridge Holland go slug it out with somebody until he bled. Or make somebody, Obafemi, go just destroy somebody else.
Bro, they had a hard job. Starting the show ain't easy.
No, this was the curtain jerker in ECW arena. And that is no joke. And they delivered. They over-delivered. Both women. Absolutely. That spot off the sit-down spot with the ladder.
Oh,
sick.
That, come on.
Nasty.
I mean, like, just absolutely perfect and well executed. I'm all over it. I didn't get any gravy, Clark. Yeah, you got to get the gravy. It's all about the gravy. Everyone knows that.
I want some gravy.
Let's move on, though, to honestly, we talked biscuits and gravy pre-show too. Is the irony?
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, like
made me a man.
Now you're making me crave biscuits and gravy, and this is now we're we're way off the chart.
Why you say wow, Bobby?
Bobby's just wowing us. I love that. He's like,
wow,
gravy.
Y'all know about Jesse and Festus. Biscuits and gravy, y'all. Biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy. But let's talk about two unbelievable athletes and one other one also. Rob Van Dam in the pre-segment hanging with Kalani Jordan, which was my favorite part of the segment. My least favorite part of the segment was basically it was his boots in the camera, old school ECW style. And it's only my least favorite part of the segment because I love RVD. but it was so ECW. It was the most ECW shout out segment. That's what they used to do. Who's beating him up? It was brilliant. You could only see his boots, and then it was his boots, and it was like rumbling and rattling around, and then it gets revealed. But I loved the throwback idea of that. That was not a mistake. It was done on purpose, and I totally dug it. We've got Wesley and Javon Evans in a match that I feel like in another scenario I would be even more excited about. I loved the execution. We got to hear one of a kind. Not totally sure about the frog splash in the distance. I don't even know if it was a frog splash. I thought he elbow dropped him. Personally, the way he turned sideways to like get all the way there.
He kind of does like a spin in it. It's a funky one, but he is.
I do think if anybody's gonna go out and rep RVD, Javon Evans these days athletically with the crash and burn and just the pure athleticism fits the bill like a glove. Like fits the bill, like to be what RVD was at his peak, right? Stylistically. And I'm just talking bell to bell. I'm not saying similar personalities or anything like that. We'll see where that goes. But bell to bell, what he was at his peak, that is such an excellent comparison because it's the thing about Javon Evans since he's debuted. It's hard to find someone to compare him to because it's like he's made in a lab.
Yeah.
Like you don't find athletes like Javon Evans. You don't. Right? There's not like, oh, he's the next Derrick Rose, right? Like you can do best or whatever, right? It's not like you can just pick a name out of the hat and be like, oh, that makes sense. He's a combination of so many stars. I really did enjoy this match. I would have loved if this could be a longer term rivalry. Now, of course, the RVD spot was great, but yeah, a longer term rivalry. That'd be my only ask. I'm going to go to you first, Driz. Your thoughts on Wesley versus Javon Evans and just in general, RVD's appearance, Nostalgia City. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, definitely for the pop. They definitely just brought him out for the pop because he was like, "Oh, I know what I'm gonna do." I'm like, yeah, I guess I didn't need him for that, but it's ECW. You can do that. Great match. If Lola and Jada wasn't on this show, this would have been my match of the night. A very good technical match between the two. It's technical you got to be with these two, and I love the contrast. Wesley wasn't flying a lot. He flew some, but he wasn't doing his normal routine. I don't know if the heel turn has altered his moveset now. And I do love the contrast in that. When you go heel, your moveset changes. You stop doing cool stuff because you don't want the fans to cheer you. The logic is there. I love it. Javon Evans, let me tell you, that spot where he did the suicide dive through the second and third rope and ended up on the other side of the announce table, y'all got me on that one. That was the moment that I was like, yeah, this is a dope match. This was definitely a RVD tribute show, a tribute match, and let's run this back in the Iron Survivor match, please and thank you.
I am with you there on the Iron Survivor. And the other thing, like you said, like athletically, RVD tribute wise, it adds up. But you mentioned Wesley and the moveset changing. Spot on, man. That's the first thing I thought of. I'm not going to do anything cool for you. I don't care about you. It was so heelish. I respect that more because I did not think of it in the moment until you just said it just now. And I now in hindsight, I'm like, man, that went over my head. Because I'm like, where's the Wesley Flurry?
And what's crazy is I got that from an old MJF line. He like, why would I do fun stuff for you to cheer me? No, I'm gonna be a dirtbag. If I'm gonna be a scumbag, I'm not gonna do fun stuff. Y'all saw when he was
not
a
think
face.
of it that way at all. Like in the moment, I'm like, "Where's the big flurry from Wesley?" That's the one thing this match is missing. No, it's not. That was intentional.
And then when you sit there and think about all the other guys who gone heel, they completely changed their moveset. And like me, when you sit there and see that, you automatically think MJF did it, Jericho did it. Like so many people, it just the wrestling
100%.
logic. You gotta love it.
I think, yeah, that is as spot on as it can get. Shaw, do you have anything to add about the Wesley and Javon match
Yeah,
tonight?
you know what? I'm gonna give a critique and I'm gonna give a criticism because I don't feel like being super positive about this match because the match was incredible. There's not much I can criticize on the match, but I'm gonna use the word in the word of good old Mark Briscoe. The word of the day is misuse. And the word of the day is misuse of Rob Van Dam, because you're telling me on a show where I got to see Nunzio, Bubba Ray, and RVD that I would get Nunzio and Bubba Ray wrestling and not RVD. That's misuse. Rob Van Dam can still relatively work a in-ring style just as fine as those two, if not a lot better. You know, we saw him do stuff in AEW recently for the FTW title with Hook. Like, he's able to work in spurts, and you could have made it a triple threat match. I feel like they could have used it better. I don't think you needed to burn Wesley and Javon Evans for tonight's show. As much as that's such a great matchup and a bit of a throwback type of match for ECW show at the ECW arena, I feel like it's a bit of a misuse for RVD, man. I would have had him implemented somehow in the match rather than just as a little cheap pop and holding giving the rub to Javon Evans.
I don't know how we got on this big of an old school alternative kick on this show, but I'm just gonna ride the wave over here. I'm just a teenage dirtbag.
Baby. Listen to Iron Me.
We got him. No, I hear where you're coming from there. Especially when it comes to RVD. You think about who's the most capable of strapping up, and he's in ring gear, and we see him in ring gear. And I love the idea of the old school ECW segment backstage. And so there's two of three parts of the segment I love. Actually, I loved all three parts. I just don't like the result. The idea that it doesn't cause a match. Right?
Yeah.
He puts over Kalani Jordan for doing what he would have been doing 27 years ago in the same building.
Yep.
Kalani looks amazing. Kalani put herself over in that segment, cutting a promo, doing the splits. Okay, that's different. And then we end up across the hallway, classic ECW, following in the ECW arena. And he's attacked, and you just see the boots. You're not sure who it is. You're not sure why it is. It gets paid off in the ring later. But in this moment, given the rest of the card, it's not something that would have happened on ECW. Rob Van Dam would have wrestled. He was in his ring gear. He's in his ring gear. So there was a lot of nostalgia in that segment. And that's the part that just like tears me apart about it, is like, you had such an opportunity to do something really cool.
That's why the word of the day is misuse.
Misuse. Are we gonna do a word of the day segment from now on? I actually
because I don't want to steal Mark Briscoe's thing.
Nah, don't we gotta learn words and stuff? Nah, I'm good.
Honestly,
unless we can get Keith Lee to just say indubitably all the time for us.
Indubitably.
Or Funaki to say indeed.
Indeed.
Or Ben to say Christian. Like Christian
Cage.
Christian Cage.
My father figure Christian Cage.
Okay, we have two more matches to cover, but I'm actually going to flip the order. Let's talk about Nunzio and Tony D.
Jesus.
It's Italy. It's Italian.
The FBI. Yeah. I used to love these guys, but they are
capital F.
Tab has finally caught up to Guido. He definitely is still working at a fast rate, which I did not expect in 2024. It felt good seeing him in the ring, but we didn't need this match. I definitely would have done better with just some backstage segments. If we could have got some of the other guys, well, actually, we probably couldn't because a lot of them are passed on RIP to some of those members. But yeah, this was definitely a filler. But I did love. Except for me, it was the end of the match, just the embrace, the love, the hug. Like, yes, the families together. But yeah, I didn't need this match. I just needed the interaction.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it was about the families meeting. I mean, I'm with you. The interaction was the best part about it. The match wasn't a thing. It is interesting. So I was on the Daily earlier this week, right, guys?
Mhm.
And we were talking about like the future for Tony D. And I mentioned something that the three of us have discussed, which is Giovanni Vinci potentially being the Sicilian back home calling the shots, right? The
Mhm.
guy from Back Family.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were some teases, there was some speculation about that when it came to Nunzio and the FBI. I like how this was executed, if that's the case with Vinci.
Yeah, that'll be dope if that is the case. They need to do something with him. He done lost those 2 matches in the span of 35 seconds combined, and we ain't seen him since. But more importantly, they ain't get like, bro, why ain't you give him his entrance with the camera, like the little snapshots? I like that.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't know what the plan is there.
I don't.
Okay, let's though talk about the newest member of the Dudley family.
Kirk Dudley.
So we've got Bubba Ray Dudley, obviously. You've got Devon Dudley. You have BD Dudley. Everyone knows his initials. You've got the other Dudleys.
Oh, we can't say that name? We can't say that name?
No, you can't say BD Dudley.
What? That's
Spike
crazy.
Dudley. That's another Dudley.
Oh,
Stacey Keebler.
What about Dances with Dudley?
Dances with Dudley.
From the original
is another Dudley. And we now
Sign Guy Dudley. There were a couple
Sign
of
Guy Dudley. Yeah, there's a bunch of Dudleys. BD Dudley. We can't go with BD Dudley.
That's the daddy though.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Daddy Dudley. But at the end of the day, we have a new Dudley, and it's Trick Dudley. This match, I dug it because of one thing. And I love to dog on this show Diet Scott Hall, Ethan Page. I love to dog him. But it was so clever when he said there's one thing we won't have in this match. And that's tables.
Tables.
And I immediately was just like, thank you, Ethan. That's the best thing you've done since you've been on NXT. Because I just want my table spot at 2300. I want my Dudley spot. And I'm going to get it. And I knew I was going to get it. One stone left unturned. I understand Devon not cleared to wrestle. I love that he's the one who brought the particular set of lumber that was used into the equation. No reason for a double choke slam. Just do the 3D.
Yeah.
No, nobody does the 3D outside the Dudley boys.
I think it would have been cool if Devon gave Trick the stamp to let him do the 3D. Nah. Be like, just do the 3D.
There's a story behind that move though. Only one team has ever kicked out of the 3D. Do you know who
is it?
It is the
Brothers of Destruction.
No. It is the current WWE World Tag Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, is that true?
That is true. That is what led to the original breakup of the Dudleys in TNA.
They kicked out
because they kicked out and they said that Devon messed up doing it.
Yeah. No, I thought 1D was the English band.
No, Wendy's the Usos. They do theirs, and they do theirs
Baby,
different.
you
There's a
light
knee
up
up in
my
that.
world like nobody else. One Direction.
Oh, One Direction.
No. Oh, whoa.
Rest in peace.
Bad timing for that joke. Sorry, I did
Oh,
not mean it like that.
just thought about that. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's sorry, that hit me. That was a funny joke not that long ago. No doubt about it. Shoddy.
Mm-hmm.
Trick. Bubba Ray Dudley, not Bully Ray. Against Ethan and Ridge. Ethan and Ridge got the win. Like we didn't actually mention that.
We definitely glossed over the fact that
they like I completely that's my fault. Like as the host, we glossed over the fact that they picked up the victory. But what were your thoughts on it? And obviously, I mean, we got Bubba Ray and not Bully Ray. That was different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got him by his ECW name. In full effect. It was a solid match. I thought it was fun. I thought it served its purpose, especially for the heel team. I feel like we're gonna eventually get a triple threat match between Ethan, Ridge, and Trick for the title. I feel like it's just kind of keeping Ethan within the main event scene, just because they don't have a lot of guys that are heels that are kind of built up for it, and then you're also positioning Ridge in the situation as well. You know, they kind of even alluded to it a little bit with a bit of a friction between them before the match, like in one of the segments. You know, it's interesting to see what goes on. You know, I'm not a big Ridge Holland fan, but I can respect the idea of trying to push him and create it for a matchup for somebody like Trick. But that's fine, but I'm here for the nostalgia. That's honestly why I'm here for it, bro. The nostalgia is good. It's cool to see Bubba Ray and Devon back in the ring. Obviously, Father Time is something that takes a toll on your body and everything. But everything that we know about Devon, obviously with his health and injuries, and not really being able to be cleared to wrestle, just having that moment with him and Bubba Ray in there on the ECW show, it's fine. It kind of mirrored a lot of what happened on tonight's show, besides the two women's matches, where a lot of it is for the nostalgia act. And we also have Francine there tonight too. So it was cool. Nothing to write home for me about, but I left entertained.
Same, absolutely. We got some more comments here. We've got "What's up" from DC Warlord, but then he also commented on X, which is you should check out the Twitch chat. I don't know how to do that. I'm not that tech savvy.
They come up. Yeah, they come up on the thing.
Yeah, they do. The comments come up, but like
we see them.
Yo, DC Warlord, follow me on X, bro.
V703. Find us. I'm at Real Clark Taylor on pretty much everything.
We got you. There's a lot of comments, y'all. There's like 5 different social networking sites. Everybody comments.
Also, Manzano, I'm super aware. My dad's name is Rick Taylor. I absolutely know. But RKT baby. But yeah, and we had Big Trick Dudley.
Big Trick Dudley. This match,
glasses.
We didn't do anything in this match. This match with the world championship was just a match to put somebody through a table. They couldn't do that any other time. Did they really need Triple H to do that? I hate when they do this though. Like, I understand that this show was basically a glorified house show, but did we really have to do? We made them the world champ lose.
Hold up. Can I tell y'all something funny real quick? Since it's Wednesday, we're going to Wednesday Wars. On a show where we had ECW.
You're not about to do what I think you're about to do.
AW dropped this November to remember a graphic of all their November shows this month.
How about we pull an Eric Bischoff and reveal the results then?
No, we're not doing that. In fact, we're going to all go watch it. We're fans of all of the shows.
No, I love it. It's just funny. I like Tony Khan. I love his pettiness.
I will say, I do think that actually brings us to the end of today's show, does it not, my friends?
It does.
Yeah.
I think it does. I mean, we appreciate everybody that tuned in. We're usually on Tuesday night.
By the way, he did break this as well. They did show it. Shawn Michaels tweeted it. Yoshiki Inamura is gonna be on NXT, a wrestler from Pro Wrestling Noah. So that's dope. We getting the integral of different promotions still. So yeah.
Forbidden Door.
The Forbidden Door of Pro Wrestling Noah.
The Unavailable Avenue. The Prohibited Portal is open.
And we also have Deadline and the Iron Survivor match coming up soon.
When is that? When is Deadline again?
December 7th.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely. Okay, seriously, we appreciate everybody. We'll be back next Tuesday night. I'm going out of town this weekend. I'm going to Bears Patriots. It's gonna be a blast. But check out the daily.
Ooh, Kayla versus Drake May.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's mostly about the tailgate. It's gonna rain. But we've got right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna dump rain. It's mostly about the tailgate. I go Bears. Cool. Bear down, baby.
Andre Swift over 90 yards rushing bet.
Yeah, 100%. Like 30 carries. Just keep pounding the rock. Either way, that brings us to the actual end of the show. Check out the daily every day. I know, Shad, you just take it to the table. Dryzzy, you got all kinds of big stuff coming up, Sunday Night Spotlight and whatnot. Keep your eyes peeled for that. And also keep your eyes peeled for no spoilers here at Wrestling Republic, but keep your eyes peeled for some stuff coming from Dryzzy. WR wise. Just a little hint. Smash like and subscribe if you already haven't. We love all y'all. Thank you everybody that tuned in. On behalf of me, Shad and Driz, have an excellent Wednesday night. I almost said Tuesday again. This is throwing me off. I'll see everybody soon. Have a good night. I'm going to bed after I watch Dynamite. I told you I'd watch Dynamite. I'm going to watch it.